Filipino cuisine and rice go hand in hand. Wherever you find yourself in the country, you are bound to be surrounded by rice farms. Yet most of us don't really understand how it's planted, harvested, and eventually marketed. You would think that a country that relies heavily on this crop would be self-sufficient. However, nowadays, more and more of that rice being sold locally comes from neighboring nations. So let's take a deeper look into rice farming in the Philippines. For our first episode, Nico and I are off to visit the way Dalisay by Renucci Rice is produced by the farmers of the Renucci Partnership Program and then processed in the ultra-high-tech Chenyi Ag Ventures processing complex in Alang-Alang, Leyte.
So we are currently on our way to Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
We're meeting. Isn't your town in Argentina called Santa
Yes,
Fe also?
it's not my town, it's my province.
Your province, yeah.
Yes. So we're going home.
Yeah, so
I'm going home. I'm going home. Continue, please.
All right, so we're gonna try for the first time to go rice harvesting. I've actually harvested rice before in the north of the Philippines, but I did it for like 10 minutes, and I think it was a very different type of harvesting.
How long are we gonna do it today?
We're gonna try to do it for like 30 minutes and see how much we can actually get.
Are we competing?
We can compete if you want.
So what are the measures? How do you know who wins?
Are
you gonna count every single rice I harvest?
So we're gonna start with manual, and then we're gonna figure out if we can drive those tractors.
Okay.
Yeah. You've never done this, Nico, right?
No, manually I never done it.
So what are your expectations?
Mechanized, also I never done it.
Choose whoever you think is going to teach you the fastest, and I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one issue. I drank like a liter of water and I need to pee. So we're in the middle of the farm, I cannot pee, right?
You're not going to pee in the
No,
rice.
I cannot pee here, but
look how quick they're doing it.
So, you see, you need that tool. It's a curved knife. See, can I ask her to...
Yeah,
Hello,
go.
morning.
Can you try?
Can you teach me first? Teach me how to harvest.
So you hold this rice.
Yes.
Then you will
Cut.
cut.
One. So like that. Cut. And then put it here or keep it?
No.
Okay. So doesn't matter how long.
If you look at what she harvested, this is probably like 2 cups of rice. 2-3 cups. This is the goal.
Okay.
This much.
Can I borrow this, ate? Bahiram ko?
Okay.
I'll put it here in your pile. Okay? I am a farmer actually.
Can you stop telling people that? You live...
No, that's the thing. I am a farmer.
You married an artista.
No, yeah, I married an artista, and that's, from farmer to artista husband, asawa. But, in Argentina, I am a farmer. We have land, we have a lot of land. We work our own land, but it's more mechanized. It's a different way of living. They don't use any gloves, eh?
No, it's no gloves. I cut myself like maybe twice already.
Really? Because you don't know how to manage a knife.
I cook for a living. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, you're right. I think the important thing is you don't leave any seed behind. You take all the palay.
How many days would it take them to finish isang ganito? 1 day? So what happens then to the stalks?
They stay there. Then it becomes organic matter.
So that
They
doesn't
dry.
grow again, so you have to replant it.
Yeah.
It becomes organic matter,
Yes.
fertilizes the soil, then you replant.
Correct. So organic matter is nitrogen for the soil. I'm not sweating because I'm a farmer, so I think I'm more used to. Erwan being a city boy, he's not that used to. It's a really
not a
strong
city
impact. He's out of his comfort zone.
Do you not watch any of my videos? That's my pile.
I've been piling in your pile.
No, that was your first
No,
time.
no,
Stop
I
lying.
5th time. So remove half of it, put in my pile.
No.
Pichik tayo. Come in the middle, ma'am. You are the boss.
You're the boss.
We are our employees.
I think I won.
Maybe get them in the
Ako
middle.
cleaner, no? Mas malinis.
Mas malinis.
Siya parang
Eh,
halo-halo lang. Because your stems are all over the place. My stems are all in one direction.
Yeah, organization was not the point here, I was harvesting. So it's like how you organize is not a point. Boss, who's magaling?
Kayong dalawa magaling.
Who's mo magaling? Ako?
Magaling ito.
Thank you so much.
I quit!
I think Erwan was a fair competitor, pretty tough, but I was all the time knowing that I was ahead. Yeah, just showing that my farmer background is still alive and I'm the real farmer and he's the city boy. Let me explain to you what traditional rice farming looks like. After harvesting, that's what we just did with Erwan, the next step is the threshing, done by that machine down there. Basically what you do is you remove the straw from the palay and you have the wet palay.
So after threshing, it's basically put on the ground like that, and it's sun dried for a couple of days. If it rains, then the palay gets wet again.
That time ang aking pag-farm, hindi ko alam yung mga procedure, basta makaani lang ako, makatanim lang ako. Nung kalaunan na, nahirapan na ako dahil makaani na lang ako ng 30, 25.
Bawat 2,000, 5 sako yun na babayaran mo. Dito sa labas yan. Paano ka makakasurvive niyan? Hindi.
So what's the problem, you may ask? The headlines today are filled with alarming statements about rice farming in the Philippines ever since the rice liberalization law was implemented. A U.S. Department of Agriculture report stated that we are the largest importer of rice, beating out even China. The Rice Tarification Act, simply put, lifts import restrictions on rice as long as they are taxed 35 to 40% upon arrival. But even with this tax, the imported rice still ends up cheaper. This just goes to show that our local rice systems are not efficient enough, making locally harvested and processed rice too expensive. So for food security purposes and to become self-sufficient, we need our local rice farming and processes to be more productive and efficient. That goes all the way from properly educating farmers on how to farm more efficiently to the government providing subsidies and support to those who need it. Hopefully, this can come from the revenue generated from the rice tariffs, all the way to private companies that need to invest in manufacturing processes. There needs to be a 360 approach.
I think rice is more than a crop. It involves so much culture, involves the government, involves so many parties that make the rice probably the most important crop in the Philippines today. And of course the objective of the Philippines always was to be self-sufficient, self-sustainable when it comes to rice, but we're still importing some. So ideally, but the funny part is, with the natural resources we have in the Philippines, we could be self-sufficient when it comes to rice.
We are talking about rice, but I believe that this should apply to all our other crops and agricultural products so that farmers can make more and the nation can also become more food secure.
One of the issues here is that the palay was harvested a couple of days ago and it rained last night, so it sits a couple of days, it touches the ground, and that's how you develop black spots and really bad quality rice. The issue there is the thresher machine isn't always available, so the ideal method would be you harvest it and thresh it in the same day, but if the machine's not available, you can't do that. Another thing that we've noticed is as the machine goes around, you have all these heads that basically fall on the ground, but everything that's expulsed a bit further, that's lost rice grains and lost palay as well.
Off, Nico. Sorry, go.
So we have a cute little Lola that's really proud and wanted to show us how she harvests, but she must be in her
75, 80?
70s, and apparently she still harvests every day. It's really cool to see that, but at the same time it's very alarming to see that, because then it then shows you that the farming age in the country is getting older and older, and we need more people to be proud and to actually become farmers and want to get into agriculture.
I think the average age of a farmer in the Philippines is 55 to 58.
Yeah.
So imagine in 10 days that will raise. And
I mean, God bless her. Super good health, still walking around, still in the fields, but you'd wish.
I think the system should change to help people like her. I think mechanization will be something that would help her. Because it's not to mechanize for them to get less income, it's to mechanize for them to get more income. Today I will explain how mechanized farming works. combined harvester, what we do is we harvest, but at the same time we shred it, because the shredder that we saw before is inside the machine. And after that, there's a small storage compartment inside, but after it goes to the bag directly. So what we need to do is to bring the bag outside.
So it's much more efficient.
Yes, so basically what it takes maybe 12 hours manually plus another 4 to 5 hours shredding, take us 3 hours with the combined harvester. There. As you can see, it's clean. It needs to be after in the plant when they dry. There will be how do you call the part where you pre-cleaner. So in the pre-cleaner, all the green stuff that is not palay will be stocked before going to the dryer. So from here, straight to the dry facility.
The Chenyi Ag Ventures harvesters used here to harvest the palay produced are for the farmers in the Renucci Partnership Program, which will then be transformed into Dalisay by Renucci Rice in the Chenyi Ag Ventures processing complex.
Dude, you got a hole in your fucking bag.
There's a hole here.
Here, it's the biggest one.
Once we understood how rice is harvested with machines, we decided to visit the Chenyi Rice Processing Center, a state-of-the-art facility that is considered to be one of the best in Southeast Asia.
Chenyi's quality guarantee starts at the farm level. They have been tirelessly working with farmers to include them in their programs, where they provide them with high-quality seeds, fertilizer, and other inputs that they will need for the planting season, the machinery needed for the land preparation and planting, together with the guidance to make sure their crop is optimized.
Ang na-attract ako sa kanila dahil nga mayroong katuwang yung Chenyi, may katuwang na mga technician na magtuturo sa amin, sa akin, kung paano ang procedure pa para maging mas maganda-ganda pa ang tanim. Dahil to sa totoo lang, siguro makakaani pa ako ng mahigit pa 100 sa isang hektara.
Nung hindi pa ako dito sa Chenyi, kaunti lang yung fertilizer ang inilalagay ko. Sampul mga 1 hektar, linagyan ko lang yan ng dalawang fertilizer. Hindi kagaya dito sa Chenyi na may technician sila, tinuturo sa amin na hindi ganyan kaliit lang, itong ganyan ang kuan mo.
Once it is ready to be harvested, they provide the farmers in their programs with the mechanical harvesters. They thresh the rice immediately, meaning that the palay never touches the soil. Once the paddy is brought to the plant, it is cleaned, dry, and weighed. It is then stored in temperature-controlled silos, ready to be milled. The palay is then placed in a grain cooler, milled, cleaned, destoned, dehusked, and separated. At this point, the brown rice is weighted. It then passes through the whitener, which makes the rice white and soft. After will then be sorted by color and go through a final polishing stage. During this whole process, everything is weighted separately to be able to accurately determine the losses, if any. These are then passed through the mist, polisher, and the rotary swifter to be able to grade the rice into full heads, large broken, and small broken. For an agricultural-heavy country, we are still too manual. This is how it should be done.
In our program, we provide the seeds to the farmer at zero interest loan. We provide all the inputs like fertilizer, if they need herbicides. So we help the farmer to really change the way they are farming and help them to improve and to increase the yield using the right inputs, very good seeds, and very good fertilizer. Then from the field, we have our own machines, our own combined harvester. We go and harvest, then we collect directly from the field to the rice processing center.
After being out all day under the sun, we wanted to sit down, taste the Renucci rice, and enjoy some lovingly prepared food in Reggie's in Alang-Alang.
I don't eat much rice, so maybe today is something that will change my life.
Okay, go.
Should I try white first, like that? Plain?
Yeah, try it
Plain?
Yeah.
All right.
So right now we're at Reggie's. We have a bunch of food that they prepared for us, and it looks absolutely delicious. But already texturally, you'll see a massive difference once you try it.
Absolutely delicious.
We did a test in the office. Did you see that? We did a test with different people, and people managed to say that this one was different from the regular rice.
Yeah, correct.
In the market. Massive difference.
It's not like, how do you say, like, you know, I'm used to rice we stock here, like more good. This one is, you can actually see
feel
the texture and the grains
feel
are...
the texture. But for me, what was an eye-opening today is I didn't realize how much work goes into creating this product that's considered a commodity and a staple of everyday Filipino families, right?
And how many machines?
And how many machines are needed, yeah. My question is what inspired you to do this in the Philippines?
You have to go way back in November 2013 when Yolanda hit Leyte. So we decided, me and my wife, okay, maybe it's time for us to change the way we're living and earning money. So let's try to go there and to see what kind of sustainable business we do. We came here to show the rest of the world that we can do sustainable business, and sustainable business is the only one that will stay on the long run. Because at the end, if you're too opportunistic and if you want to make too much money and people are only money oriented, then at one point you have a problem. Here, being sustainable, we're helping the farmer to increase their income, to get out of poverty, but we're creating also a huge positive impact on all the community.
Thank you, Erwan, for making part of one of your trips. And I hope it happens very often.
Bye, drone.
Bye.